What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another GTA Online video. My name is Saintsfan, and today I just wanted to sort of do a little breakdown of all the information that we got yesterday from Rockstar regarding the next GTA Online update. It does sound like it's going to be somewhat of a heist style of an update. It doesn't sound like it's going to be, I guess, like the heist we already have in the game, because those are something separate. It does sound like these are going to be heists, but in free roam somehow. So we'll see that. We'll break it down. And this may be sort of a little bit of a wish list as well. So let's just go ahead and hop right in. Of course, we're going to start with the picture, the one picture that we got, at least the one picture that is of new content. This is going to be at least one of the new cars in the game. Now, we still don't know, I guess, what it's called. If you zoom in, it's very hard to see. I mean, obviously, it is made by Karen. And the only other thing we can see, I believe, all the way up here, if I zoom in, you can see it does say FWD, so four-wheel drive. That sounds like it's going to be a four-wheel drive variant, so that'll be good to see. But what's interesting, of course, is like what's right in front of our face here in the livery. And we don't know if this is just, the livery saying some random stuff, or if this is Rockstar hinting at some new customization. In the actual newswire, if I go back to that, they do hint at new customization. They say that car culture is back in the streets with new opportunities for fans of performance and customization upgrades to get together to test and show off their rides. So new customization upgrades, that'll be interesting. And maybe these are some of the new customization upgrade options. A mono exhaust system. No idea what that would be. I guess just one exhaust system. I mean, we kind of already have that, I guess, but whatever. A hyper function suspension. Maybe a new suspension. Four-wheel rotation system. That's something that I believe is only on a handful of vehicles. I believe vehicles like the Zaba, the Marshall, the Liberator, those have a four-wheel suspension, but those are bigger vehicles. Those aren't little cars like this. Also a diaphragm clutch system. Does that mean that driving this, maybe there's a manual system? It's not auto or automatic, so you have to actually clutch and shift up and shift down. That could be a cool feature that some people might want. Those are the only liveries that kind of hint at some other stuff, because the ones on the left here, these are just random racing liveries and it's hard to read the ones down here, but I think those are just names of companies like we've seen multiple times in the game already. Now, the other thing that was very interesting regarding this picture, we actually take it here into Photoshop, and what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom in, and you'll see there's this little, I don't know, something's here. And if I go ahead and we turn down the brightness, turn up the contrast a little bit maybe, you can see like that's, I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's some sort of object. Now, given the fact that what we're seeing, this picture is either going into the car arena that they mentioned, or maybe coming out of the car arena, maybe this is an entirely new area that Rockstar have created. It's also hard to get a sense of scale, but it is interesting that nothing else, like we don't see anything else in the sky. It's just this, like there's like a little maybe hill there, but I am wondering sort of where this might be in relation to anywhere else on the map. Is this somewhere underground? Is this just a random spot that we just don't know about? It is interesting it's going to be interesting, I should say, to find out what exactly we're looking at here. And also at the top of the picture, there is a poster, I guess, or something up here. And it's very difficult to make out what it even is. Even if we turn down the brightness, it's hard to see. But yeah, another interesting thing to just note regarding this picture here. So that was the screenshot we got. Now, the only other screenshot we got was this one. This is of course, the three little mini, I guess, drip fed stuff that they're adding. I don't think these showcase anything new, just some new deadline stuff, some new stunt racing stuff, obviously the same supercars we know And then some new survival. That's not a new gun or anything. Nothing new as this guy's wearing. So yeah, I don't think this particularly shows anything new. I think this was the only thing that they showed, at least as far as a picture goes. Now, breaking down what they actually mentioned in the newswire, it does sound like this is that cops and crooks mode, but without the cops. It was rumored a year ago, last summer, we were going to get a cops and crooks DLC, but that never happened. And as it turns out, it was because it got canceled internally, more than likely because of the Black Lives Matter protesting and all the issues with the cops last year. Rockstar just didn't want to deal with the issues if they were to have released a cop DLC into the game. And we found out that was actually true. Like, they actually were making a Cops and Crooks DLC. There were so many little details in the Kyle Perico files that stated there was going to be a Cops and Crooks mode. So it does sound like what we're getting here is that, but just minus the cops. It sounds like this is just the Crooks mode DLC, because what they say is in this paragraph right here, this is what's more interesting. You're competing, it says there's high stakes and high action as crews hit the streets to get a hold of the latest vehicles on the hot list, which again indicates this isn't free mode, because you can't have multiple crews in a private, session. And they say challenge each other in new race types, which I wonder, maybe pink slip races? That would be amazing. But I don't know if Rockstar would do that because of the amount of money glitches that would happen. But that could be cool. But then it also says, or take part in a series of multi-part robbery missions. So this is where the heists comes into play. It's obviously not as detailed. Maybe there's not as many little setup missions you have to do, but a multi-part robbery mission. Now, you would think that's where the cops would come into play, right? This is where the whole cops and crooks stems from, because if this was a thing, the crooks, if you were a crook, you would have done this, and then the cops, if you were playing as a cop, would have stopped them. I'm guessing they just cut out the cops, and now we're just going to get NPC cops coming after us if you get caught. Now, it says a precisely modified getaway vehicle will be your best weapon, but let's be honest, it's more than likely going to be the Oppressor Mark II. That's going to be your best weapon to get away. But these are three separate things. So finding the latest vehicles on the hot list, that's like one thing that's coming. Challenging each other in new race types is another thing. And then the multi-part robbery system, or the missions, are a third update, or a third feature of this new update coming out. Now, I am actually curious as to what these new race types could be, because there's not that many race types, you could think of. Maybe these are more street race. Maybe this is like a Midnight Club DLC. That could be something that's cool. But again, I just wanted to sort of share that, yeah, this sounds like this was part of that Cops and Crooks mode or DLC, but this is just the Crooks portion that we're going to be getting. Also, with the way this sounds, it could be an addition to the import and export business we have in the game. I don't know if they're going to release something new, like a new property for all this, or if it is just going to be tacked on to the import export warehouse that you have, or maybe one of the other businesses that we have. Now, the other part, which the speculation can run wild, this paragraph here, they say new opportunities for fans of performance and customization upgrades. You can get together to show off your rides free from the authorities and other troublemakers in a new underground car meet area. So it does say underground car meet. So if we go back to this picture, apparently this is underground, which makes me leads me to believe that we're coming out of the car meet area, because I don't think there'd be this bright of lights underground. And again, they do mention that local racing scene, new additions. Maybe this is actually drag races. If they are doing a tuner DLC, because they do mention car culture is back on the streets. So sort of street DLC, a Midnight Club Street DLC, that could fit with drag racing in the game. It's also something to wonder, this car meet area, maybe this is the part we have to buy? Like, surely not though, right? Surely they just make this underground car meet area a social space where anyone can just drive into it and showcase their car. As far as the customization and performance upgrades, this is where I really hope Rockstar just go crazy with it. Because it does sound like the majority of this DLC is going to be sort of like a tuner DLC, which we've been asking for a while. Just a bunch of cars, bunch of cool stuff. I mean, we got to see the car right here. Looks like this is going to be Benny's-esque. So as far as this performance and customization upgrade options go, I mean, honestly, we should be seeing things like an RGB paint slider. You can do that in single player with mods. You can literally choose whatever color you want and put it in your car. I think we should have that. Let us choose whatever color we want, and it would make the uniqueness of these vehicles so much higher. In addition to that, I think we should be able to change colors of roll cages, colors of brake calipers, spoilers, all of that independently of one another. Like, there should be an option when you go into Benny's or whatever, you know, wherever you customize these things, you would go into it, you would choose spoiler, choose your option, and then there'd be like, you hit X to bring up the RGB menu, and then you can change the color that way. Sticking with that color scheme, you should be able to change stock rims. A lot of the vehicles in the game, you can, with mods, change the colors of the stock rims. Like, let us do that. But not with mods. Let us do it normally. Let us customize individual parts. Like, I want the left fender or the right fender to do this and that, or to look this way or look that way. Maybe let us choose individual portions of the livery. Like, maybe I just want these on the back. That's to an extent how it was in Midnight Club, which is a game Rockstar made back in the day. Let us just have, like, or I wonder if these new customization options include stuff like that. Or maybe we have to wait until the expanded edition comes out to have things like that. I mean, they are really saying that gearheads, you know, who love this stuff are gonna enjoy this DLC. So I really do hope they go into detail with the amount of customization on these vehicles. And I do hope it's not just these tuner style cars. I mean, it's great we get them, but it would be nice to have this level of customization on other vehicles like muscle cars, or I don't know, trucks, or even supercars to an extent, because I feel like some supercars are lacking in that. Now, of course, in the comment section down below, let me know sort of what you think and how you interpret what Rockstar is saying here. But they are making it out to be a big deal that, again, car culture is back. So they better not just be saying that. They better be proving that, and hopefully we find out more, I guess, whenever they give us some new information. Maybe at E3. Maybe at E3 they drop a little teaser for this, but it will be interesting to say the least. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. That's just a little breakdown on this. There wasn't a whole bunch, I guess, but I did just want to at least go over this picture, showcase some of the stuff, and then just talk a little bit more about what they mentioned here. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.